Here's some things you should do to be prepared for next year's tax filings. First, knowledge is monumental. One thing that you should definitely have a clear understanding of is the difference between tax credits and tax deductions. People confuse the two all the time. To give you an idea of a tax credit, it's kind of like you're writing a check to the government. A tax deduction, by contrast, would be if you take your normal tax rate times the amount of deduction, that is the amount of tax benefit. So a $5,000 tax credit is always a ton better than a $5,000 deduction, because the $5,000 deduction, if you were in the 25–30% tax bracket, that'd be worth maybe $1,500 to you, whereas a $5,000 tax credit is monumental. It's like a check to the government. Second, understand the difference personally between the standard deduction and itemized deductions. The standard deduction for a single individual here in 2023 is expected to be around $14,000, and for a married couple, around $28,000. When you talk about itemized deductions, things like your mortgage interest, your charitable contributions, the state taxes you pay, subject to a maximum of $10,000, and other things that you can deduct as itemized deductions, you add all those up. If those total up to over your standard deduction, then it's gonna make sense for you to itemize. If it totals up below your standard deduction, well, your standard deduction is the best you can do. If you had to pick and choose where to spend your money, you might think about these things. Third, and last for today, let's talk about knowing your tax bracket. It's monumentally important because if you think about the amount of profit that you might have or the amount of adjusted gross income and taxable income you might have, if you take those numbers and multiply it by the tax bracket you expect to be in, it will give you a ballpark feeling for what your tax obligation will be. Study these things and comment below, and like and share if you'd like to know more information like this timely video.